personnel. Present hook!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the
The people of Kent reflect every corner of the world. They've come from every country, speak every language, reflect every economic background, and they all come from different paths. But those paths come together, right here in Kent. From 1890 to 2019, we've gone from 853 people to over 127,000 people that call Kent home. And we're just getting started.
I've lived in Kent now for over 70 years, and I've watched it turn from a village to a town and now a city. Once a farm little town, now we've become actually the hub of innovation.
We've gone from hops to lettuce to launches.
I came to work for the City of Kent because they care. The city leadership leads by example, and they remind us that it is really a privilege to be able to serve our residents.
It feels good to be part of a community that cares and has a lot of opportunity, and I really feel like I can get that in Kent.
The way I would describe Kent to someone from out of town is that it's a city on the move.
New businesses are constantly opening and people are moving here, and we just keep growing.
It's just Kent way. When we see a problem in Kent, everyone rolls up their sleeves and gets to work trying to fix it. We have a lot of people in the community who volunteer and do their best to improve their community.
I really like how diverse Kent is. You know, I never feel like, oh, I'm like in a town with nobody that looks like me.
All of our cultures blend in so well. And it's like, you know, we're part of the fabric that makes Kent Kent.
Kent has a lot of people of different ethnicities, different languages, different nationalities, and I love that. You know, it's really nice to see different faces all the time and learn their story.
Kent is home, and it will always be my home.
Kent has a rich history, a vibrant present, and an even brighter future. The best is yet to come.
We are Kent.
We are Kent.
We are Kent.
We are Kent.
Ladies and gentlemen, your mayor, Dana Ralph.
Oh my goodness, I love our city, right? Look at everything. We've only just started, and so multimedia, I'm going to go off script here completely. They did an amazing job on this video. Multimedia and communications, yeah, thank you. So the secret is, yesterday, they made me go in and watch the video because they knew I was going to cry. So I cried the first time, I cried the second time. Tonight, I made it through without tears. It's amazing, and that is all the reasons why I love our city. So, Council President Boyce, City Council members, elected officials, city staff, and most importantly, residents of Kent, thank you so much for joining me tonight for my second annual State of the City address. It's hard to believe that we're back for round 2. In the 15 months that I've been mayor, there's been a lot that's happened. Good, bad. Tonight, I'm excited to share that progress that we've made with you, but also the vision for our future. I'd like to start by thanking our Kent Police Department Honor Guard for posting the colors. Adriana Luna, a KM student, go Royals, super proud, for that amazing rendition of the national anthem. So when I heard her practicing, I cried too. There's kind of a theme here. And the Steel Magic Drum Band, they were incredible. Their director, Gary Gibson. So those of you that know me know that I've got a pretty solid rule about not dancing in public, but I'm not going to lie, I was back there dancing, so hopefully nobody saw that, because that's not... my friend Nancy Backus, the mayor of Auburn, she's good dancing all over town. I will stay behind the curtains. Thank you guys so much. If I could have all the elected officials stand in the audience, just want to recognize you all. I'm looking at you, I'm not seeing anybody stand up. There you go. Thank you so much. I get to work with you all on a daily basis, making this city and our region a better place, and I am super, super grateful for that. I also would like to have all of our directors stand up, and our CAO, Derek Matheson. Yeah. It is your leadership that makes our city this amazing place. Thank you so much. A little bit about this location. So we chose Kent Meridian High School. Wanted to get out of City Hall, a place that holds a special place in our community. So you know that Kent Meridian was our very first high school. There's a lot of us in this room that a lot of our best memories are here at KM. It is a part of the fabric of our community. A little bit of a blast from the past, but also a window into our future. It's a very different place than it was when I graduated. We're planning my 30th class reunion. So it's been a while, right? It's changed tremendously. Today, we've got students here that speak every language, that worship in every religion, celebrate every culture, and they are the future of our city. They are the leaders that will leave these halls and change the world. And the best part about that is they came from Kent. One of the most exciting things, and I talk about this a lot, is that these students will be able to go away to college and then they'll come back and make Kent home. That's the agreement that I've had with my kids, so all the parents in the room make that agreement before you send them away. Have them come back. They're going to come back and they're going to change the world. We've got some of the largest companies here. We've got Amazon and Boeing, Starbucks, Blue Origin. Products and services being used around the world that are being made right here in Kent. I always like to talk about the story of Blue Origin because it really symbolizes and tells our story. You heard in the video, back in 1890, there were 853 residents in our city. We eventually became known as the lettuce capital of the world, right? We had this amazing farming valley. In 1969, the lunar rover, the one that's sitting on the moon today, was designed here at the Kent Space Center, or at Boeing at the Kent Space Center. Today, we have almost 130,000 people in the city of Kent, and Blue Origin is sending rockets into space. So you heard Nancy Simpson say that, right? We started with lettuce, moved to lunar rovers, and now we're launching things into space. So we talk about changing the world, we're changing the universe. That's pretty amazing. One of my major focuses is on economic development and creating job opportunities for our residents. So you can't drive through our valley without seeing warehouses. They're supporting all of our major businesses and corporations, but times change, and so do business models. 10 years ago, the legislature changed the way they distribute sales tax, and that hurt cities like Kent, cities that have a large distribution base. Kent was probably hurt the most out of any other city in the state. But that means that it's time for us to broaden what we're doing, look at our land uses that generate economic activity, and make some changes. We're looking at more advanced manufacturing and technology. Our economic development team, led by Kurt Hansen, is back at the drawing board, and we're looking at re-envisioning our Kent Valley. What does it look like tomorrow and well into the future? We're working with business leaders, developers, planners. We're reinventing the purpose of our valley while we are going to continue providing thousands of job opportunities and allowing for new development. You'll be hearing a lot in the future, coming months and on into the next year or so, about Rally the Valley. Rally the Valley is our plan to change the core of what we do here in Kent. It will provide new opportunities to attract that advanced manufacturing that we talk about and technology. The Valley can be so much more than what it is today, and Rally the Valley will provide us the roadmap to do that. It will also provide us a platform to market all the great things happening here in Kent to the region and beyond. It's not just big business coming to Kent. We often talk about those big companies that I mentioned first, but there are also a lot of small businesses opening their doors every single day. East Hill, West Hill, down in the valley, and up in Panther Lake. These businesses are providing jobs to our residents. They're providing unique and boutique services and experiences. One of the things I want to do in the upcoming year is figure out how do we partner with one of our colleges to open something like a business incubator in Kent, a place where those small businesses can come, they can learn, they can gather information, go out, run their businesses with the resources that they need to be successful and sustainable. Something I'm really proud of, when I ran for mayor, and you heard me talk a little bit about this last year, I promised that I would work with the city and our labor unions to bring an apprenticeship program to Kent. I am so proud of the fact that last month, or I guess this month, we had it at the first council meeting, that our city council passed the ordinance that I recommended that provides for apprenticeship opportunities in all construction projects over $1 million in the city. Yeah, right? This ordinance didn't cost our taxpayers anything, but it provides jobs and education to people in the construction trades. They're really tough jobs. Takes a lot of skill and learning and education, but this apprenticeship program allows them to do that, so they're getting paid while they're working. They're good paying jobs with good benefits, and it's an absolute benefit to our community to support that. In over just 1 year since I've been mayor, we've brought nearly 3,000 jobs to Kent. We've had some big announcements, we've brought new companies. By the end of my first term, my goal is to have created 7,500 new jobs in our community. By the end of my administration, I want to be able to double that number. Kent will be the place that people come to work. I want to improve the quality of life for our residents, and we must provide them with economic opportunity for themselves and their families. If we can provide them with jobs, that means they have more income to spend here in our community. That revenue comes back to the city, and then we can make investments in the things that are important to all of us: parks, public safety, and human services. It's a perfect circle. Whether it's economic development or attracting new residents, everything we do hinges on a safe community. All of our city employees do fantastic work, and I hope you all know that I am so, so proud of them. But I don't think it's a secret that I have a soft spot in my heart for our police department. These men and women get up every single day, and they risk their lives to protect people that they've never met, to protect all of us. While we're at home on the weekends, holidays, birthday parties, hanging out with our family, they're out there making sure that we're safe. They stay on patrol away from their families to take care of us. Last July, we had an unspeakable tragedy in our community. We lost an officer and had another one of our officers seriously injured, Diego Moreno and Mark Williams. They were out doing their job, taking care of us. There was a person that shot off a bunch of rounds into our community, didn't care who was standing by, what they were doing, led our officers on a high-speed chase, and resulted in that tragedy. I want to take another opportunity to thank the community for the support that you provided to us during that time. The love that I know we all felt was absolutely overwhelming, and I am so, so grateful for all that you've done, and I know that our police department, our city family, and the families of those officers are also grateful. So I just want to take a chance to say thank you. This year, in the budget that I recommended, we were able to add a couple of additional officers to our police department. I want to say thank you to the City Council for passing that budget and recognizing that need, but it's simply not enough. Our officers are still doing more with less. They're protecting our neighborhoods, our businesses, all of us as we go about our business. They're being asked to continue to go out there every single day, and there's not enough of them. We are growing faster than our police department is. They've done some amazing things with technology and leveraged the resources that we have. We have an obligation to our community to provide community-focused policing. That is something that I hear from people all the time that they want. They want to see our police officers in the community, at our schools, at events, all those kind of things. That's why Chief Padilla has held regular community meetings, thank you, Chief, to hear from you. Hear about what are we doing right, what do you need more of, what do you want to see of. One of the things I heard was that we wanted to have body cameras here in Kent. So we've been able to deliver on that promise and rolled out a pilot program, and we will roll it out to the rest of our department in the coming year. Another thing that we've done is we've started the Car Per Officer program. So there's been lots of conversation about that, but I want to share with you quickly a story of part of why that's so important. It leverages our resources, but it also allows our police department to respond more quickly and for a longer period of time. So if you think about as the officers are driving in to work, they're coming from all different parts. In the last week or so, we had a call of a man having a heart attack. And we had 2 of our officers who were coming into work, hadn't made it to the station, but they responded to that call and they were able to save that man's life. It's a pretty impressive thing when you stop and think about it. Our police department knows that they cannot arrest their way out of the problems we have. Our department believes that there must be a balance between accountability and compassion for those that we serve. An example of this is the unique partnership that we have between our police department and our human services division. Together, they are almost exclusively focused on our homeless population, on our homeless neighbors. They go out every day and they work with our homeless folks to hook them up with services, connect them with the programs that they need. We balance that with accountability, though. So we know that there are some people that are just not going to accept those services. We want to show them compassion and make sure that they get what they need, but we're also holding them accountable to living by the same laws as everyone else does in Kent. This partnership is based on the belief that everyone in Kent should be treated with compassion, dignity, and accountability. And it's working. We're seeing strides. Another example of Kent serving its residents with compassion and requiring accountability, something I'm proud of and we don't talk about enough, it's our brand new DUI court. So this Kent court was created about a year ago, and it is accountability for our repeat offenders, the most serious DUI offenders that we have in the city, to provide them with compliance for substance abuse treatment. We reduce the risk of reoffense through this program. The DUI program is essentially a set of sentence conditions imposed on high-risk, high-need repeat DUI offenders. This program in the city of Kent is the first one at the city level in the state of Washington. We pioneered it here in our court. Yeah. I want to make sure that I get the facts right, so I'm going to read this off the screen. So, our DUI court is, again, for the highest risk, highest need, repeat DUI offenders and takes a minimum of 2 years to complete. Instead of a maximum jail sentence, the offenders are sentenced to the DUI court and they are required to attend frequent court appearances, inpatient or outpatient treatment, submit to random drug testing, attend regular sober support groups, and perform community service before they can, and then complete homework assignments. It's a pretty intense program, and we are seeing significant success. In the about year and a half that it's been in place, we've not had any repeat offenders. That's a really good track record. Finally, on the public safety front, I want you to know that it is a commitment that I will never waver from. We must continue to make investments in public safety across the system if we are going to have a vibrant and thriving community. It's key. It is a cornerstone. During my first year in office, I came to the voters and asked them for money to add additional services. The voters declined that measure, and I get it, right? We all are feeling the tax burden. That is not, it's a very, very real thing, and all of those dollars add up. I do want you to know, though, that at some point I am going to ask the council to take that measure back to the ballot. It is important that as a city we invest in our safety, in our growth, and our long-term sustainability by putting additional dollars into public safety services. It's so important to our community. We have to figure this out. Yeah. As our neighborhoods get older, we have a responsibility to our community to continue to take care of them and make sure that they're maintained. So I'm pleased to announce that we have moved our code enforcement department from economic development into the police department. We've started over the last year some new ways of providing enforcement for those folks that are maybe not doing what they should to take care of their properties. Our code enforcement is partnering up with our neighborhood response team. So that's helping us identify those problem houses in the neighborhoods. We all know them, we drive by them, we've seen them. It reduces the quality of life in our neighborhood. This new partnership will ramp all that up and help us continue to make sure that every one of our neighbors is pulling their own weight when it comes to taking care of their properties or their businesses, so that we all have those vibrant nice places to live, right? Nobody wants to drive by that problem house. So I'm really excited about that partnership. We're already seeing successes on that front, and there will be definitely more to come. You have my commitment to making sure that our neighborhoods are safe and that they're thriving. On that same front, borrowed this idea from the city of Seattle, and it's called Find It, Fix It. And it is a program where I, along with some of my key department heads, will be going out, working with our neighborhood council coordinator, and we'll be walking through your neighborhood, trying to figure out where are the problems that we can address, what is the plan, how do we make it better for you. Still working out all the details. I'm seeing some nodding heads in the front, like, oh my goodness, that's kind of a surprise. But it's working in Seattle, and I want to bring it to our community. I will tell you, the times that I have had requests from our residents to come out and take a look at what's happening with the on-street parking or what's going on with their neighborhood, the drainage, those kind of things, it's been the best way to see what people are dealing with and living with, and then we can come up with a plan to fix it. So we'll be rolling that out. Watch, sending out a weekly newsletter now, so in the coming months, watch for details on that. And we're going to start working with the neighborhoods to get out and really start addressing some of those problems. Together, we will identify those issues and we will figure out how to fix them, because quality of life in our neighborhoods is so important. One of the pillars that makes our neighborhoods great is our one-of-a-kind park system. I'm looking at you, Julie. Parks directly contribute to the quality of life for our residents, and they help us attract businesses. We know that, right? Nobody wants to live in a place that there's not open space, a place to recreate, and that means whether it's taking your kids to the park on the weekend or going out and playing ultimate frisbee at lunchtime, right? Those are the things that make a community a place to live and to be. Not only does our city have more parks than any of our neighboring cities, we have designed and developed some of the best programs out there. We've got programs for young and old and everything in between. And we have programs, we've pioneered some of the programs in Adaptive Rec. It's one of the programs that I'm so proud of. It provides an opportunity for our residents with disabilities, a way to participate in sports, cultural activities, and social activities. Some of their dances are so much fun, and I don't know, they've put on plays. It's just a great opportunity. I am so proud of that program. One of the things we're doing, though, however, is we are working with Julie Paris-Gondola, our Parks Director, to take a look at the programs that we offer. Right? For the first time in our history, we are looking at every single one of our rec programs and making sure that it meets the needs of our community. Is it a program that our residents want? Are they participating in it? Do they know about it? And we're going to look and say, you know what? We either need to continue doing this because it's something that our residents love, or we're going to maybe not do that and redirect those resources someplace else. It's about making sure that you're getting the kind of programming from our Parks Department that you're really looking for. It's about figuring out how we take our popular programs, making sure they have enough space and resources, and then the underutilized ones, and maybe reevaluating to see if we can use those resources someplace else. On a daily basis, our parks team provides services and programming that many Kent families have come to rely on. They're the things that they look forward to doing with their family. They're services that our families need. I don't think we recognize our park staff enough. Rain or shine, they're out there taking care of those parks. They're showing up and providing those services. I just want to say thank you to our Parks Department. You guys do amazing work for our community. They work with our kids and our families from every walk of life, every socioeconomic background, and every neighborhood in the city to give them a chance to learn, to recreate, be a part of a team, and enjoy our community. I firmly believe, and I think this is so important, that parks are the great equalizer. When you come to a Kent Parks event, it doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter what language you speak, doesn't matter how much money you make or how much money your parents make. Think about that for kids, how important that is, right? There's no judging on whether mom and dad are doing really great or they're struggling. Parks equalizes all of that. You come and you're a part of a team, you're a part of a community. We're all in this together. It goes back to what we saw, right? We are Kent, and that's what our Parks Department does. I'm excited to talk about the YMCA. It's a one-of-a-kind building that is being built right in the middle of Morrow Meadows Park. Happens to be one of my favorite parks. I love that public art installation in the Grove. If you get a chance to go up and kind of come around the corner, there's those big granite balls. It's an amazing park. We are recreating that park, going to be partnering with the YMCA. The YMCA is going to have programs for classes, tutoring, a swimming pool, all of those kind of things, but it's going to be set right in the middle of our city park. That is a partnership that is probably one of a kind. We have not seen it anywhere, and I am extremely proud of our team for all the work that's been done. You guys have no idea how complicated it is to bring a YMCA to a city. I will tell you, it has been a challenge, but it is going to be so worth it for all of our residents once that building opens, and then you'll get to celebrate the things that we've done in the park and the new YMCA, and it's going to be a true gathering place for our community. As we continue to attract opportunity and new residents to Kent, they're all going to need a place to live, right? We've all got to figure out a place that we can call home. The council took an amazing step this last year in passing our rental housing inspection program. That is a program that will require all of our multifamily units or managers to have those units inspected because it's important that people have a healthy and safe place to live. And you know, that doesn't always happen in those rental properties. We need to make sure that our residents have a resource that they can come to if they've got a concern, and that our landlords are being held accountable. It's an incredible program, and we are, again, one of the first cities in our state, there's a couple others, to pioneer that program, and I am extremely proud of that. So I want to say thank you to the council for passing that program. On the other side, new housing. Economic development has been making amazing strides in the processing of permits, making sure that we've got quality developers here in Kent that are building things that we need and doing it in a responsible way. And we are making sure that we are meeting their needs by getting those permits turned around and helping them with what they need. So I want to be clear about something. We need to continue to move down parallel paths. Right? We talk a lot in this community, in this region, in our state, about affordable housing. I absolutely support that need. But I also believe we need that executive level housing. Someplace for those, we talked at the beginning about those businesses, Amazon and Blue Origin, Starbucks, those kind of companies, we want those employees to also be able to live in Kent. So really it comes down to having options and a range of housing types. We've got the first project, one of the first projects that looks like that, the Marquis on Meeker project coming to Kent. If you've driven down by the golf course, you're seeing all kinds of changes. We put in our new Meet Me on Meeker standards, bigger sidewalks, a more walkable community. The Marquis on Meeker project will be, it's honestly better than any luxury hotel that you've got around. So you can walk out your door and come and go into the swimming pool. There's a rooftop deck, all kinds of amenities, right across the street from the golf course. And I think the best amenity there is going to be the opportunity to walk right across the street and go to the new Half Lion Public House, the restaurant that's coming to Riverbend Golf Course, grab a burger, have a beer. It's going to be amazing, right? And those residents at Marquis on Meeker can do that just walking out their front door. So we've got some good things coming on the housing front. And again, it's about making sure that we have a range of opportunity for our residents, not just one type of housing here in Kent. I want to make sure that no matter what type of housing is built, that it is completed by quality developers who understand the unique needs of our city. We have rigorous design standards, and we're committed to making sure that every single one of our Kent residents has a respectable and safe place to live. That's the end goal, regardless of the price range, regardless of whether it's a first-time apartment or it's a family home or where our seniors decide they want to retire. The goal is really to make sure that it's safe and meets their needs. Okay, Public Works. I want to take a minute to thank our Public Works crew, led by Tim Laporte, our Public Works Director. I think I can see him down there. Yeah. I think that Public Works they're our unsung heroes, right? They're the things that keep our city moving every single day. It's about safe running water. It's about being able to flush your toilets. Things that we don't want to think about and that we don't think about until they don't work. But our Public Works crews make sure that they are working and we don't have to think about it. We just had a pretty significant snowstorm. right? It started snowing. All of us said, you know what, we're going inside. I'll tell you, I did not want to be outside in that snow. It was cold out there. But our public works crews, they got up, they went out, and they made sure that our streets were safe, that our community was able to keep moving. They spent 2,877 hours working, right? Straight. They were on 12 hours on, 12-hour off shifts, cleared 230 miles of streets to make sure that we could get to the grocery store, get to work. Not all of us could play hooky during the snow. Our kids didn't have to go to school, so that was kind of not fair, but you know, the rest of us had places to go. They made sure our police department and fire department could get to us when we called 911. From the bottom of my heart, and I know from the bottom of this community's heart, we need to say thank you to our public works crews for keeping us safe and taking care of us every single day. I don't know if there's a theme developing here, but you know what? I'm pretty proud of the work that our city staff does every single day to take care of our community. So let's talk about some new things we've got coming in the year ahead I'm kind of excited about. There's a lot of disagreement and distrust happening at all levels of government, right? We know that. We see it on the news, all those things that you just want to change the channel and watch something else. I believe that one of the biggest, most cost-effective and important things that we can do to change all that is government transparency, accessibility, and accountability. You think about that. If people can see what we're doing, if they feel invested in what we're doing, and they feel like their needs are being met, that resolves so much of that discontent and distrust. I'm working on several projects that will improve access to government. I'm happy to report that we're making progress on our Kent Works app, so that will be a mobile app. Got an email about this today, really excited about it, where you can put it on your phone or your tablet, and if you see a pothole or a down sign or have a service call, vegetation, any of those kind of things, you'll be able to report that to city staff right from the app. Check in on things that are going on. It's a way for you to engage with your government on an easy basis. You're not going to have to pick up the phone and make a phone call, wait till you get home to get to your desktop. You can do it all from your phone or your tablet. I'm also excited to announce, this is very exciting to internally, and I think the community is going to see huge benefit in this, the rollout of Laserfiche. It is another access tool, so instead of having to come down to City Hall, do a public records request, you will be able to have access to resolutions, ordinances, government contracts, all from the privacy of your own computer. You won't have to do the public records request or come down. It's important, and it provides you with access to the information that you own. Quite frankly, as taxpayers, this is your data, and you should be able to access it anytime you want. This is what 21st century government looks like. We are working on it. I will tell you, technology is so important. Thank you, Mike. It's important for you to have access, and it's important for us to do things in a smart and effective way. Going to continue working on that front. Another communication tool, last year we did what we called it the Budget Roadshow, and it was a part of our budget process as we worked to address the fiscal cliff. Thank you, Council, for passing a budget that helped us do that. Pretty big lift, but I think we made it. Instead of a Budget Roadshow this year, we're going to be doing a couple of town halls. We'll be doing them same format, East Hill, West Hill, in the Valley, because I want to hear from you. What are we doing right? What do you want us to change? What do you need? I just think it's really important to have that back and forth dialogue so that as a city government, we know you're meeting your needs. I tell people a lot that I can't fix something I don't know about, and this town hall meeting will help us be able to fix the things that you want, and also to honestly celebrate the things that we're doing really, really well. I want to know what your vision is for Kent. I want you to know what my vision is for Kent. And the way that I look at this is that your vision plus my vision equals our shared vision, and that's how we're going to move forward. So watch all of our social media pages and the newsletter, because we'll start having dates for those events coming. Another thing we're rolling out, and it's something that I have been interested in doing for a really long time in Kent, a lot of our neighboring cities do it, is a Kent 101 program. So this will be an opportunity for our residents to come down, probably to City Hall, 8 to 10 week class, and learn about all of the things that we do as a city. So we're going to have sessions on infrastructure maintenance, economic development, public safety, parks. We're also going to have presentations on the departments that help keep the rest of the city running. So that's IT, HR, finance, and legal. It's important that you know how we work, are able to ask questions, and then you can better understand what's going on. I will tell you, I know before I got involved in city government, there were a lot of things where I'd scratch my head and go, oh my goodness, why are they doing that? Or why are they not doing that? Or how come it's taking so long? My hope is that we can provide you some insight into those things and that together we can figure out how to solve our problems, but again, celebrate our successes. So watch for that coming out soon. I also want to talk a little bit about that community engagement and what that looks like. Authentic engagement means that we're acknowledging what you're hearing, what we're hearing, telling you what we're going to do to address it, and then working on that stuff together. So what we're going to be doing is launching a community engagement standard. So not just for the mayor's office, but for all of our departments. It is my request that all of our departments figure out opportunities for that community engagement. How can we work together? I'll be asking them to explore opportunities for digital engagement, new public access points, ways that we can interact, right? We ask people all the time to come to us, come to City Hall, come to council meetings. We've got to figure out different ways to allow people. Tonight we're streaming live on TV 21 and on Facebook. That's the reality of the environment that we're in. The other piece of this that's going to be new is a checklist that we're developing, and it will be a checklist that we put together that talks about the goals of the community engagement, what we heard, and a way for us to report back to you about what you said, what we're doing to fix it, what we still need to do to follow up. So it's going to be that continuous rolling dialogue as we move forward and gives us an opportunity to report out the progress that we're making. Another thing we're going to be doing this year is launching Results Kent. This is going to be a web page that Kent residents can go to look at the metrics that we're using to measure our success. I think of it as kind of like Skyward. So for all of you parents in the room, that place you can go to check your students' grades. I don't know about you, but my kids were not always excited that I was checking Skyward. There was always a, well, I maybe did that, or the teacher didn't put it in. I'll tell you, I'm really proud of the work we're doing, so come and check out that webpage. It will give you a good idea of the progress that we're making and how we're doing it and how we're measuring it. Like I said, authentic engagement has to be two-sided, and I know that these tools that we just talked about will provide an opportunity to truly connect with our residents, acknowledging your concerns. We'll be hearing your vision and responding appropriately so that you know that your local government is working for you every single day. Lots of new things. Want to continue to go through them. Another thing that we'll be working on this year, probably 10 years ago, our city council passed an ordinance that was a buy local ordinance. And it said, every opportunity that we have as a government, we've got a big budget and spending power, that we figure out how to spend that money with companies that are located in Kent. Right? That means we're supporting Kent businesses and we're supporting jobs that are created here. We're going to open up that ordinance, take a look at it, and measure, are we doing that? Are we being successful at it? What are the ways that we can do better? How can we support more Kent companies? How can we support more women and minority-owned businesses? It's important to me that our city work with vendors and companies that look like our city. You saw that video. We have an amazingly diverse population, and we've got businesses in our community that deserve a chance, and I want to make sure that as a city government, we are providing them with that chance. Yeah. So on the way in, so all of this stuff that we've been talking about is work that the city's doing, and I want to talk a little bit now about the measurement or the standards that we apply when we do work for you, for the community. So out in the lobby during the reception, you saw some boards, and they have the city values on them. Those are the standards that we measure everything we do to. And I just want to take a few minutes to talk a little bit about them. We've done some work this last year, revamped them, added some meaning behind them, some backup to just the words. So the first one's integrity. That means doing the right thing, and it means doing the right thing for our residents and businesses and each other every single day, all the time. You've heard it, right? Doing the right thing when nobody's watching. That's the standard that I want our city to meet every single day in every program we provide, every interaction we have with our community. Caring. I believe that we must care about those that we serve, right? That is so key to what we do. If we didn't have a community to take care of, there's nothing there. When I go out and talk to elementary schools, which is one of my favorite things that I get to do in this job, they ask me, what does a mayor do? And I say, I get to take care of 130,000 people every single day. There is not a cooler job on the planet than that. Yeah. Communication, we've talked a lot about that tonight and ways to communicate. How do we have that engagement, that two-sided back and forth conversation? That's what that communication piece is about. Teamwork. That means that we're all working together. I will tell you there is no way as a government that we can meet all your needs, and we need to have teamwork. We need to work with our neighboring cities. We need to work with each other, our businesses, our nonprofits, to make sure that we're meeting the needs of our community. Innovation. That means that we will find a way to provide the services our residents need, a way to transform our city to make sure that our vision is becoming a reality. It's how we leverage the things that we have in the city. It's how we do a better job. It's how we live within our means, right? We hear that a lot from the community, live within your means. That innovation is what will help us do that. But it's also what all of our businesses and community is doing every single day and all of those things that they're designing and building and doing for our city. Finally, it's achievement. We will be the difference. I love this, you guys. We will be the difference in the lives of our children, our families, and the businesses that choose Kent. That's really powerful. That achievement is us making that difference. And I know that, like I said, all of these standards, they're the things that I strive to live up to every day, and I know all of our city employees do as well. Okay. Many of you know I am a fourth generation Kent resident, right? Graduated from KM, really proud of that. As I've grown up in this city, I've watched our city grow up too. We have incredible challenges here. We have big city problems. Not going to deny that, not dance around it. We have the same problems that all of our neighboring cities do, but we're working hard every single day. The thing that I'm most proud of is we have incredible talent and opportunity. We have grit in this city. This city is amazing, and the voters elected me to do the job that I love. Somebody asked me recently, when you're done being mayor at the end of your administration, what legacy do you want to leave? I thought about it, and I quickly realized there is really only one thing. It's short and simple. Get on board with Kent or get out of our way. Yeah. For far too long, Kent has been a regional afterthought. We get bad media coverage. We don't get the funding that our neighbors do. We don't get our fair share. I want to tell every single resident, every single business owner, all the elected officials, members of the press, I want to leave you with this note: those days are over. I will continue to stand up for our residents, our businesses, and our future every single day. I don't care if that means fighting for money to make sure that we get our fair share of the funding. I don't care if that means fighting a regional government to make sure our new burger place doesn't go away, right? I'm going to stand up and I am going to defend this city. I don't care if that means calling reporters and saying, hey, that's not quite what we said, or that's not the right thing. I don't want anybody to have misconceptions about our city. I want to make sure that our story is out there. We are an amazing city. We are growing at a rapid rate. People are choosing us every single day. So there's people like me, right? This is the place that I grew up in. I was already here, but I chose to stay here. We've got new residents that are choosing to come to our city. They're coming to live here and work here, bring their businesses here, come to events here, right? Shower Center hockey, I was down there the other night. It is so cool to see so many people in our city having a good time and enjoying themselves. I am so proud of our public servants, our city employees that come to work every single day to make sure that the people of Kent, the people that we all love so much, are being taken care of. I am proud of our residents and our businesses that innovate, who build, who make, and who share Kent across the world. Because you know what? We deserve to be shared. So what do I want my legacy to be? I want you to know that I get up at 5 a.m. every day, pretty early, and I go to bed at some crazy hour. I am not a good sleeper at all. But every single minute in between that morning and night, and a lot of times in the middle of the night, you can ask my husband as I'm keeping him awake all night, I'm thinking about Kent. I'm thinking about ways that I can fight for Kent, that I can take care of Kent, that I can make sure that the vision that we all know is a reality in Kent. I will fight and I will work and I will share how amazing our city is with the rest of the world, because we deserve it and they deserve to know what their next destination should be. Yeah. I don't know if it's not clear, I love this city and I am so proud of it. I want to thank you all for giving me this opportunity. I value it and I cherish it and I love it. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for our performers, for you being here, taking the time out of your schedule to help me celebrate our city and help us be all excited about how we're moving Kent forward together. And remember, together, we are Kent. Thank you. Thank you so much.